Yeah, current plans, and then we want to do deck update. Because we have the 2 sets of plans.
I'm gonna take off this name, deck updated plan 60%. I'm just gonna say deck.
Deck. Don't do 60%. No excuses. Watch me. I already have a never dance. I humbly refuse.
Why are we going to the site specifically today? Like, what are we checking out today?
The infrastructure guys who are really pushing to have come, the first thing that they're gonna do is they're gonna dig a big old hole where the road is, and they're gonna put in all the infrastructure. And so we need to make sure that certain trees are cut. And so we're gonna go right now. We have a meeting tomorrow with the guys who are gonna cut the trees. So we wanna know which trees we want them to cut. So we're just walking where the road will be and picking out trees. There's a few trees I'm worried about because they're like, so we've got the road and we purposely had engineered things so that the road would miss some of the bigger awesome trees. There's some that the tree literally sits like slightly on the road or in the sidewalk. And so I need to go over and see which one those are, and so we can talk about it with our infrastructure guys tomorrow. Hopefully by the end of the week, we're chopping trees down. Yeah, we're really gonna start cooking here. Oh my gosh. Getting a semi on this road.
Yep. You want me to get the spray paint?
Grab the spray paint. We're just gonna drive through and videotape it for a second, and then we'll go through.
Oh, crap.
So what was this like before? Like literally 6 feet tall?
Yeah,
I could walk into the bushes and disappear.
yeah. Especially that little part that we just went through was.
I could walk into the grass, I'd gone.
Last time I was here, I was just standing here and a bee came up and stung me right here. I got like a big old bruise from it. It's kind of weird. So we're only talking about trees that are going to be either in islands in the road or on the sidewalk. So you see that stick? That stick is the road. That stick is the road. And those are technically the property line. Just to start, find 524. You know what? I take it back. 531. Some of these are marked wrong. This right here, that tree's right here.
That's the end.
This tree is on the right side, basically where the entrance is gonna be. Can I have you do me a favor? I'm gonna have you make a list of all the ones. Yeah, because I don't want to spray this tree and have them cut it. You're gonna be here when they're cutting. When they're cutting, I want you here like the whole time.
So you're spraying it, but what does that mean? What do you mean?
I'm not gonna spray this one right now. We're only gonna spray ones that we want to cut for sure. And anything that's like this, that's questionable, we have a tree guy, like a tree specialist, who's gonna help us. Who's gonna help us understand if we can keep it or not.
Yeah. So are literally all the trees marked right now?
Every single, little trees aren't, because you can just legally cut those, but every tree, oh, you see that?
I saw something.
It's like a lizard or something.
Yeah.
You're freaked out right now, dude.
Dude, well, okay, I've been here. Spent a lot of time at this site and have had some crazy experiences. Have you heard the Kincaid spider story?
Yeah, I've heard who hasn't heard the Kincaid spider story, dude?
Yeah,
I have not.
You haven't heard of the Kincaid?
No, what happened?
So we're out here, Kincaid's there, and we're just marking a tree, and there's been these big old spiders like this big that would sit on the trees, and you know, it's whatever. We've been marking the trees, and I look over, we're standing there, I look up at Kincaid, and I'm like, shocked. I just see a giant spider sitting on his head, like right here, on his hat, and I just go, dude. All I said was that, okay? He like instantly knew what I was freaking out about. Everything comes off. From the shirt up, I literally went, dude, and all of a sudden he was naked. That was like, I didn't say spider or anything. This one, we can cut. We've already sprayed it before when we came back earlier. We can cut this one. We can cut this one. Whoa, see? You see that?
What?
Was that?
I didn't see it.
So mark that one, 523 also, but it should be 526. We want to be able to keep, I mean, this tree's awesome. We want to be able to keep this tree, but the problem with this tree is this huge root
Big root.
that's just spanning the floor here. There's a roundabout about right here. Do it. This one, I don't know. It's kind of cool looking, like you cleaned it up. It's kind of in the street. And so if you keep this one, you've got to take out that one. Oh, that one's epic. Whoa.
Okay, just so we know, this was an accident. Okay, I did not mean to spray the bug.
We're gonna need a lot of string.
Wait, what does he need the string for?
He's gonna, you know, each of those stakes where the middle, that was like a lot line?
Yeah.
He's gonna go and wrap string to each of those lot lines.
Just mark out the road.
So we can see it for the meeting tomorrow.
Tree meeting today, Seth.
Tree meeting. Time to meet about trees. Hey.
Hey, what's up?
How's
Sorry,
it
I was
going?
on the phone with Spencer.
Oh no, you're good. Are you good? Would you want to go over a little early?
Yeah? Yeah. What time do you want to go over?
Sweet. Sounds good. Okay, we'll pick you up.
Right.
Well, why don't we start from the front?
Because here, oh yeah, because look, this root pops up out of the ground, but when they come and cut the road, it's going to be lower than where the root is. But that's like one of, honestly, probably one of the most important trees to save. We have to cut all around it because the root's got.
There's a root right there you're gonna have to cut. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Please tell me that's an island.
There is no island. It really does look like it's in the middle.
This one looks like it's in the middle of the road.
The road, because there's a string.
There's the road right there.
There's the other side of the road.
Seth, does the road curve out this way?
It doesn't start curving for a little bit.
Here, let's say one.
Oh, you could fit it. Massive park.
You just need to fit a car through here, right from where I'm at in the tree, which looks, I mean, that's plenty of space.
And here's the thing, let's squeeze down the park like a little bit and get the sidewalk in there. Or you take out the sidewalk here and you put the sidewalk on there, if it makes more sense. You do that to make it work. That must be what's happening here. We're missing a stake. There's a stake somewhere right here. It's like right here somewhere. You found the stake? There we go.
Yeah. Getting it in is the hard part.
Where's our coconut?
Coconut.
You feel that? You hear that?
Oh yeah. There are monkeys up there? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
the monkeys like it.
Look at that. They're jumping
Dude,
between
look at
these
its
two.
nuts, dude.
Look at this monkey.
Oh, it's got a baby, dude.
You know,
This part,
it is
this
a
is where I
little
get
ironic
confused.
that the monkeys have to show up during our tree cutting conversations.
I know, it's sad.
We want to try to keep the wildlife and the nature, but
Only so much you can do.
yeah, I mean that tree's dying. So.
We spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to keep these trees.
He's thinking we need to cut those.
Those little ones?
Además, usted los ve así y al quitar este palo y todo, cuando lo agarra el viento los dobla.
Here's what he's saying. You come, you
¿entiendes?
rip this tree
Usted
out.
lo ve así y los hace
And
quebrar.
there's
Oh.
these three. He said, you rip this out. These are.
Es muy
I don't even like those anyway, the way they're leaning.
No, you didn't do it. I like Jorge.
I like Jorge a lot. I like his son a lot too.
Jorge is on the ball with stuff. He's like, let's get there next week. That's the guy I like.
And the good thing is Jorge is going to call Hector and be like, hey, these guys, they want to get on there. And maybe Hector will call you back finally. I think that the tree situation, I feel pretty good about the trees. We're gonna have this guy cutting the trees probably this weekend or starting next week. And that was just part of it. So it makes me feel good because things are still moving. But the big thing was for us was that conversation at the end with Jorge. And it was, are we getting on the site? Are we putting the pipes in the ground? It really seemed like that last meeting we had with Hector, his boss, that he did not want to get on the site soon. Jorge, he seemed like he's on board.
And it seems like there's a little disconnect with Hector right now, like, because it really does seem like Jorge's running.
It seems like he's running things.
And Jorge said they're going to get on next week to the site.
And we're going to send, we're going to take a contract and we're going to put some changes on there to make sure the things that we want done are done. To get on there, start building the bodegas and get moving. So it was a really good meeting overall. The only concern I have is the disconnect between the boss. In terms of the meeting, it went about as good as I could ask for. Last night, we finally got a call from the boss. We've been trying to call the boss of the infrastructure company for like a month, and he just hasn't been answering. And his son and this guy's name is Jorge. They're pretty legit. We really like them. And so it's been a shame that the boss has been spotty. The boss said that they're not going to put the pipes in the ground at the same time as the dirt work. Jorge said they will, and so I said, hey, if you don't put the pipes in the ground and you're not on site next week, we don't know if we can go with you because we want to go quick. And Jorge was like, oh, absolutely. I'll call Hector, who's the boss, and tell him, hey, we'll do it. We said okay, and have Hector call us. So Hector called us yesterday. I was like, hey, let's do it. Let's move. We'll put the pipes in the ground. We'll be on site next week. Chief soundtrack over it. To just feel like, and so I just keep bugging him. I'm bugging him every day. But I messaged him this morning about temporary water and power. He hasn't responded.
Oh boy.
It's not as bad as it sounds. Oh, King Kid followed. No! I wanted to see if we beat him. We'll win. We're better.
How come no one else does that?
I don't know. Pura vida,
¿Cómo está? Pura vida. ¿Todo bien? ¿Todo bien?
Pura vida.
Bien, bien, pura vida.
¿Y este qué es?
Es que como un adobe, o sea, el redondear es una poda y que quede más bonito y podemos acercarnos más. Entonces yo una vez le quito todo ese comején que tiene, ¿lo ves? Todo eso hay que cortar ahí y fumigar el árbol porque ahí ves los canalillos del comején. Aquí hay mucho comején, eso hay que fumigar.
Aquí viene la calle, ¿viste esos dos árboles?
Between these two trees.
Y hay que quitar eso.
Y viene, pues la calle va por allá y va por acá.
Tengan que partir aquí, que yo tenga que cortar aquí la raíz, menos capacidad. Y si le dejan la misma rama, va a ser un árbol que va a tener.
So he's saying he can give us a guarantee that if he gets this root, he can cut over there and keep this tree well.
This tree guy really wants to keep any tree that we can. He goes as far as to saying we can transplant the tree. I'm not super
jazzed on that idea.
I've heard people trying to do it, and maybe there's like a 50% survival rate, and so it really only makes sense for trees that are like you really want to keep. Things grow fast here in Costa Rica. Like we're gonna come in here and plant a lot. In my mind, I think we ought to just plant some new trees rather than trying to transplant already placed trees.
Well, how much work is it to try and transplant a tree?
That's another big part. There's going to be a lot more costs, than just buying a tree. And you're gonna have to, you know, dig up a hole. You're gonna have to go into this tree, dig up, cut a lot of the roots. We're gonna have our infrastructure guys pick it up, and move things over to the new spot, which the infrastructure guys, it's not like that was initially quoted or expected. And then again, you have a 50% chance of it even working. So it just makes more sense to plant a new tree than, in my opinion, to go in and try to transplant a tree.
He just likes to keep the trees because he treats them like humans. Like he said, a tree to him is almost like a human. And so he just wants to try to save all the trees that he can. He was getting to the point with that tree where he was like, look, I'll charge you almost nothing to transplant it, just to do it.
Is he just like, oh yeah, I can do it, no problem.
Yeah, kinda.
That's concerning. Deck, our engineers, they said that we worked on projects that he's worked on, and he's heard mixed things. But those front trees, the ones at the gate,
I told him those are a priority.
Those are priority. We can save 3 of those.
Or if we can save the one by the guardhouse, the one in the island, and the other one in the island. Where?
Oh.
Oh. Lizard. Este árbol está muerto ya.
What's legit?
If Tree Magic Man is legit.
It's the big question.
So what do you think? We'll try it?
I don't know. I will ask about him.
That would be great.
Yeah, that would be good. We've heard mixed.
We've heard
mixed
from
things.
that, but we do want to just like the ones that are there, try to just, because they're already big and grown.
Keep them.
So we're gonna try it.
It's
We'll
better.
see how it works. The biggest thing here, we don't want to slow down.
Exactly.
You got to keep it moving.
I'm already worried about those
let's-
trees.
let's
Digamos,
keep
si
the
una
trees
de
we
esas
can.
usted recomienda que vaya
Like those,
haciendo
the
una
ones in the front, those are, I think, the highest, the most important.
You bring up a good point in taking one from the lot. Let's just, everything that's in the street,
We'll
that we
cut
need
it.
to cut, we'll
And
cut.
if we want to take a
If we wanna
nice
transplant
tree,
one.
we'll take it from the lot.
Yeah.
When we talk about
When
it.
we landscape.
Or we're talking to the landscape guy, and he's like, it's better to plant a tree, and we'll put this box around it that where the roots will grow down instead of out.
We'll figure it out. There's got to be a way to do it. People do it all the time.
Yeah, there's a way to do it. Thing is solidified with deck. Oh. Siempre olvido. Yo hablo en inglés o yo le hablo en español.
Ellos van a asegurarse de
I'm trying to learn, okay? I'll get the Spanish
En la
down.
semana
He will learn English and Seth will learn Spanish.
We're actually gonna have a product here instead of just
land.
Dude, if you knew how long we've been just looking at the trees alone and trying to figure out how we're gonna do this, you'd be sick.
I can close my eyes right now and envision every single tree on the property.
Here's the great thing about this tree thing. We're not gonna do it perfect this time, but these guys are gonna work with this guy. We're gonna figure out the process, and it's gonna be so much easier the next time because we already know how it works.
Bueno, mucho gusto. ¿Eh? Hasta luego.
mucho gusto.
Hasta luego.
Gracias.
Igualmente.
Bueno, Luis, un gusto.
Igualmente.
Estamos conversando entonces.
Igualmente. Ahí nos estamos hablando.
Ahí
¿Qué
estamos.
quieres?
Bye. Y me dice, ¿sabes el secreto? Mujeres jóvenes, y ahí las tengo.
You guys did not understand.
No,
that.
I didn't understand anything.
So I walked up to Luis and I was like, how many kids you got? I got 11 daughters and 1 son. Tiene 11 hijas y un hijo, él. And I was like, dang, dude, you're a machine. He's like, yeah, my dad had 35 kids.
Oh my god.
You asked him how old he is.
Yeah, I asked him how old he was, and he's like, I'm 70. I was like, no way you're 70. Pulled out his ID, showed me his birthday. This year he
Bro.
turned 70.
That guy's got the
But
fountain
listen,
of youth.
But listen, so you asked him what the
So I
secret
asked him,
is.
and I was like, so how do you? I was like, how are you so young? He's like, young women.
And he said,
he's like,
no, he said young women, and I have them.
yeah.
And I have them.
He said, young women, and I have them. And I started laughing. And he said, here's the thing. If I get with an old woman, she's gonna make me old. But if I'm with a young girl, and I treat her well, and I spoil her, she's gonna keep me young, and I'm gonna be happy. And then he comes up, remember the secret.
Acuérdese el secreto, ¿ah?
Sí, lo voy a recordar. He's like, I have some that are 25, 24.
So
Dude.
this checks out for that girl.
That girl was.
That was one of them.
He also brought, some interesting people with him as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He brought a girl with him.
All right.
And we're pretty sure she was a prostitute.
All right.
Do we actually?
I don't think it was.
Do we actually have that on video?
We have it on video.
We have it on video.
La vez pasada trajo ella.
Oh, I need to translate.
Estaba andando con ella. Solo la trajo a una reunión con nosotros.
The verdict?
Yeah, what's the verdict on that meeting?
I thought it went really good. They're going to start working on the dirt movement, and then as they're going, if they have when they run into a tree and they start looking at the roots, then they'll bring the tree guy in, Luis, and work on it kind of on a per tree basis. So we're getting a new quote to see how much that's going to cost, and with the tree guy in specific.
The highest priority is that the trees in the front we can try to save. If that happens, then we'll feel happy with there's like saving the tree.
I'm gonna have to go over there and just check that while they're
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll go over.
Sounds good.
I was just worried they couldn't get back to me. I was just about to call you. What do you said, but
Yeah.
he said they were gonna hook up water meters. I didn't know if they were gonna hook them up over. All I said was we're just gonna use meters. Meter the wires, how much we use.
Yeah, I can see it. To me, it's just the logistics of it. Like at home, if you had a
Information for on Monday. When
found all the eggs.
I don't like going back here because of bugs. Ella, did you know Seth flinches every single time that he reaches for a tree at the site?
Ellie knows I don't like spiders.
What?
I kill all the spiders. Except for the killing of them. Woo.
Oh. Yeah, you're probably gonna get stung. We'll see how this goes. This is where they're gonna put the wood, it looks like. Oh, look at this. This thing's gonna look nice. It's gone swimmingly. It looks like it. So I went over to go look at a tree and I already got stung. Really? Yeah, I was like, oh, the bigger tree in the back. I went to go take a look and I got stung. Then it was like, so I ran. So some of these trees that we're cutting, you can see they're grabbing onto trees near it that we might want to keep. So it might end up damaging those trees since we're kind of shotgunning it and coming and cutting them all. Yeah, I'm just worried that some of the trees, like that tree has 2 big branches that got ripped off. I think it'll be okay. But... Well, you want to go swim?
Sure, let's do it.
So the tide's out this morning. Usually to the right is where you see all the pro surfers and there's good waves happening. And it's pretty crazy over there. I've never been over there. For someone who's buying one of our properties, down that way there's like a little secret entrance and it's a 5-minute walk from our property, from the homes or the lots. And so, pretty sweet deal. Rainy season, there's no one here in the morning. And then if you're really early, like 6, 5:30, there's no one here now. So.
That's sweet, huh?
Yeah. Doesn't like getting knocked over.
There's just got a ton of sand on his face.